watching Twin Tier Sunday with Jennifer Sheahen.
Welcome to Twin Tier Sunday. I'm your host, Jennifer Sheahen. Today we'll be taking an in-depth look at Greek Peak Mountain Resort. It's Central New York's largest ski resort and was founded in 1958. Since then, it has been a prime spot for the people in the Twin Tiers in the country to get away and have some fun. The new owners are from Elmira, so that feeling of being home is carried throughout the resort. I got to take a tour of Greek Peak, and let me tell you, there's a lot to offer there, and there's lots of great experiences to have had.
This is kind of like my spiritual place in the world is on a ski mountain, and there's some ski mountains that are just like a big commercial venture and everything, and then there's other places that have a little bit of a soul to them and a little bit of a feeling, and this mountain has a lot more of a feeling to it.
This past weekend, I had an opportunity to tour the Greek Peak Mountain Resort. At first, I thought the resort was just a stop for skiers, but boy, was I wrong.
Adventure center, water park, outdoor activities, things like that. It definitely offers for all four seasons of.
There are many different attractions for guests and thrill seekers to enjoy.
We had a great time. I came down to meet up with my nieces, Nadia and Alexandra, and they stayed in the lodge over the weekend, and we played in the water park.
If you're looking for an overnight, weekend getaway, or long-term vacation spot, there are lots of options for you here. The Hope Lake Lodge is a green hotel with 106 luxury condominium-style suites. And if you're staying at the hotel or just wanting a spot to relax for the day, the Waterfall Spa in the hotel is influenced by European trends and has some unique services to offer. If you like music, you might like this.
We're a very unique spa for this area. We have chromotherapy built into all of our rooms. Chromotherapy being that it's colored lighting, and it's basically energy. So all of our rooms have the ability to be different color. We have balneotherapy tubs, which are German-based tubs, and these tubs are based on the premise of vibrational therapy. So it's not like jets of water. So we hook up an iPod that plays spa music, and through the vibration it's very therapeutic, and we have chromotherapy built into the tubs as well.
You can also get a massage, your nails done, or just sit and relax.
Rooms are private. You are taken to your room. That is your room for all of your services.
Just steps away from the spa is a place for people who want to enjoy a little fun in the water even when it's cold outside. My favorite part of the Cascade Water Park was the pool that you could enjoy outdoors. The hotel was really like a winter getaway with a beautiful grand entrance and notes of the outdoors scattered throughout the halls. People from across the region seemed to really enjoy their stay.
And I was like, Daddy, can we stay in it, please?
Well, I just took a tour of the hotel and the spa, and it was all very nice. Now I'm out here by the slopes, and this is the new Visions Express quad ski lift, and this resort needed it. Just this past weekend, they had over 12,000 visitors, and they don't expect those numbers to stop growing.
And because it was a sunny day, people of course were enjoying the slopes.
Instead of the other places that have hordes and hordes of people, this one just has a much better vibe to it.
My favorite, of course, was having a good meal at the new Trax Bar and Grill. There are many more adventurous things to do at Greek Peak, and a little later in the show, we're going to tell you all about them.
Hope you enjoyed seeing that as much as I did. It was a very exciting weekend filled with lots of fun. Now, general partners of Greek Peak, Mark Summerman and John Meyer, are joining us. How are you guys doing on this Sunday afternoon?
Great, great. Thanks for having us.
Not a problem. How are you doing?
We're loving the snow. Snow and wintry conditions. It's a beautiful thing when you own a ski resort.
That is very true. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit? You've taken over Greek Peak, but it wasn't always that way. It just happened recently. Why don't you tell me about, maybe if you could tell me a little bit about the bankruptcy, but how you took over that, and was it 2012 that they went through that?
Sure. You know, Mark and I are lifelong skiers. We're lifelong Greek Peak skiers, and our families have grown up skiing there. Obviously, when the bankruptcy occurred 2 years ago, and we ultimately, were able to acquire the resort out of a 363 auction last March, I guess it was now. It was not only a business opportunity, but it was personal for us. Our families have grown up skiing there. Mark's family and mine have lived together the last several years up there at Greek Peak in a house. So, it was a great opportunity. It's a great brand, and we're just very excited to be part of it.
Now, going from just staying up there and having your families to buying it is kind of a big decision. What was the trigger for you to say, you know what, let's do it?
I think we just, John and I were actually on the chairlift riding up about a year ago, and we just kind of talked to ourselves between us. We were like, what if we can put a bid in and it makes sense and we can get this resort and save it for our families. I think John and I have resigned ourselves that we're going to rebuild this and then our families will probably benefit from it the most. But it's so important to our quality of life here that, you know, we're entrepreneurs by nature. We just stepped out and said, let's give it a shot. And I still have all the old emails where we went back and forth. We said we probably have 1% chance that we're going to get this and all this, and we're thrilled.
And there was a lot of people too that were happy that somebody good stepped in, because at one point there was something like 800 to 1,000 people that might have lost their jobs if it closed down. Now, what steps did you take to say, we're going to keep the people that are here, or make sure that we have that same job amount in the future?
Sure. Well, I mean, one step even before that was Greek Peak is one of the great brands of Central and Western New York, and the biggest and best mountain as far as the versatility of the terrain, the variety of the terrain that Greek Peak provides. So a great brand, a great skiing heritage in Central New York, and I guess the way we looked at it was the brand had been beaten up going through bankruptcy and FDIC, and we wanted to come in and revive it and rebuild it, and not only for the 800 people, our employees that are here, but for the thousands and thousands of skiers and boarders in Central New York, from Syracuse to Binghamton to Elmira to the northern tier of PA, that the customers that come and ski up at Greek Peak with us. So it was a very big moment, and it's a long process of unwinding a business enterprise that's been through bankruptcy. The fix isn't gonna happen overnight, but we're on the path to success and very excited about that.
No, that's great. And along with those jobs, now, are these all seasonal jobs, or are they part-time jobs, or is it will it fluctuate, or is it something that will be steady for people that live in the area?
It's a good mix. We have 100 full-time jobs and then 225 full-time equivalents year-round, and then we bring in about 450 to 500 seasonal.
Wow.
And a lot of those are returning seasonal. They come back year after year. They love working there.
That's wonderful.
So it's thrilling to John, and it makes us feel good that we saved all those jobs. So I think the big message here is the job retention.
Any new jobs that you added since you guys took over?
We've made probably a dozen new hires, key managers, but I look at those 35 line managers that we have, and they're really the heart and soul of Greek Peak, and they're the people that really drive this whole enterprise forward. So we've got a great group of people. I think the biggest asset up there are the people. We love the mountain. We have a great mountain. We have the first and only quad lift in Central New York. We've got a first 5-star Hope Lake Lodge Hotel and Water Park and Adventure Center, but to me the biggest asset of Greek Peak is the brand, which was built on the backs of the people. Not only our employees and our managers, but all our customers that are very loyal to what Greek Peak really means.
That's incredible. Now, you put in some $5 million, $3 to $5 million on improvements. Why don't you tell me about when you stepped in? What was that first thing that you said, we got to start with this?
I think it was just riding the lift, and as my partner John says, we'd ride the lift and our teeth would chatter, our fillings would fall out. So we needed, a lot of things up there were end of life. And we needed to make a statement that John and I are skiers, we're invested in the mountain, we want to be part of it. And I think the best thing was the Visions Express, the first and only quad in Central New York, with a load conveyor to speed things along. Just one of the improvements of many that we felt we needed to get out there and let the people know that we're here for the long haul.
Now you haven't had this property for very long now. It's been, you were just telling me, just a few months. How long have you taken ownership over it?
Well, we closed on April 19th, so we're just closing out our first ski season. So this is all relatively new for us, and but many challenges ahead. And as Mark mentioned, our first and only quad lift in Central New York that we've installed, $2.2 million lift, but also our Trax restaurant, our Trax Pub and Grill, and our whole new tuning center, a new rental fleet of skis and snowboards. So lots of investments on lots of levels, our new snowmaking capabilities, our pump house and air compressors and snowmaking pipe, 50 new snowmaking guns, so giving us the ability to make snow and make snow better and more throughput, more capacity. Very exciting for the skier and boarder.
Now you were telling me about how that snow was made a little bit earlier today. After the break, I want you to explain to people what goes into that, because I don't think it comes to people's minds when they hear, oh, snowmaking, and just, you know, it's easy. But you explained it was a little bit more difficult. So when you come back from the break, you're going to hear about more things at the resort, how they make some snow, and some other exciting stuff. We'll see you soon.
Twin Tiers Sunday will return in a moment.
Welcome back. We're now going to talk about some of the improvements, some of the snowmaking processing that goes into Greek Peak. And why don't we start there, guys? You were telling me earlier today about how that snow is made, and it's not that easy to do.
Right. So we're really, when you boil it all down, we're really snow farmers. That's what we do at Greek Peak, running a ski resort. So there's a lot of new technologies that are out there, not only snowmaking guns and air compressors, but additives called Snowmax, which we're using at Greek Peak, which really crystallize the snow, make the snow better, and really increase the throughput of the snow. So we're using air and water to create that snow, using those additives to kind of crystallize the snow so it's a better, fluffier snow, and provides a better skiing and boarding experience for our customers.
That's crazy. Do you know how much snow you make on the average day or week?
We can tell you that.
How many hours?
You know,
lot, right?
A trade secret.
One way we can measure it is last month our utility bill was $190,000 in 1 month. So that's a big driver of the costs for what we do with our snowmaking.
We made snow about 800 hours this year.
That's crazy.
Which is actually 400 less than last year.
Really?
So that goes.
I guess that's true because we've had a little bit more
winter. Snow. Yeah.
Well, see, that's good.
And also using those additives, you know, it helps increase the volume, make more in a shorter period of time.
Huh. So. It's very interesting to know. Who would have known, right? Now, you were telling me that you need to make that snow because you have a new addition, some kind of pipe, half pipe, something like that.
That's something that I learned. Thanks to our new marketing director, Travis McDowell, he put together a terrain park, which is a new feature. We had a rail jam the other night over there, and then we opened it up to the public, and it has a quarter pipe, which I called it a half pipe, and then I lost. So, but our kids seem to know exactly what that is. So we invite you to come out. It's at where the old tubing center used to be. It's very well received. It was packed on Sunday.
That's incredible. You guys also have a lot of events too, races and things like that. I know this past weekend you had one. Any big ones over the year? How many do you have a year? Kind of tell me a little bit about why you do that there at the resort.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got $5 million in new capital improvements, and that's all fine and dandy. But to me, what really makes Greek Peak what it is that creating lifetime memories. And the ski programs that we have, whether it's our Mountains of Fun program for learners, you know, never ever skiers, for $25 a day, you can come up, you can get a lesson, you can get a lift ticket, and you can get a rental equipment for $25 through our Mountains of Fun program. Our Peak Pack school bus program is very big. We have 80 schools and 2,000 kids that take part in that program every year, this year.
Wow.
We have our youth racing program, which has been tremendous and really elite among all the resorts in upstate New York. So it's all of those programs that create our brand, that create Greek Peak, and all the memories that come from that keep our customers coming back.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, you've also, too, added some big attractions like the grill. Now, I got to eat there on Sunday, everyone. It is so good. So, if anything, you don't even have to ski. Just go eat at the grill, I'm telling you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how that idea came to fruition and how it's doing?
came basically out of the idea that there was nothing ever at the base. With Greek Peak, we were never known for our food. So we knew that was another thing that we wanted to change over our short tenure here so far, is to have a nice place when it's cold, when it's hot, when it's, you know, just break time. So we built this $1.2 million Trax Pub and Grill with the centerpiece of brick oven pizza, which is double-sided. So there's fast tracks on one side, and then the regular tracks on the other side. We have live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights during the season, and it's just a welcome place. It's so you don't have to put your skis in your car and leave. You can go upstairs, have fun, hang out with all of us. We're always up there.
And go back on the slopes.
And go back on the slopes.
There you go. And then actually not too far away from you, you have, what is the Adventure Center?
Yes, so we're, you know, making that pivot to a true Four Seasons resort. So, you know, we say at Greek Peak there's 4 seasons of fun for everyone, and it's not only skiing. I mean, skiing's only really half of what we do. You know, half of our total sales for the year. So our Adventure Center, the biggest network of zip lines in Central New York are up there.
Wow.
Our mountain coaster, our aerial ropes course, and so we're getting a lot of off-season events and projects, like for instance the Horsetts High School project graduation, and Notre Dame's project graduation, and Watkins Glen project graduation, and many, many schools throughout the northern tier of PA as well. So, you know, it's there's a lot to do. The water park at Hope Lake Lodge. I mean, a lot of activities and amenities outside of skiing and boarding.
That's incredible. Now, I was watching, you know, I pulled in and I noticed a little car going down the mountainside, or it looked like a roller coaster. What is that?
That's our mountain coaster.
Oh my gosh, I was like, that looks so fun. I was like, their faces are probably frozen going on that, but tell me a little bit about that. I don't know if that was something you guys put in or if that had been there for a while.
That was actually part of the original plan. It's only been there, what, 3 years, I think? And it's lots of fun. It's basically, you sit in a cart, you go up, and you ride down up to 28 miles per hour, and just bring your ski goggles and your face mask and a hat, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so there's a lot for you to do out there. If you know, it's whether now or when the snow melts, there's always going to be something to do up at Greek Peak. And after the break, we're going to tell you about some of the exciting things coming their way. So you want to stay tuned. We'll see you after the break.
Twin Tier Sunday will return in a moment.
Welcome back. We're going to learn about some of the exciting things coming our way to Greek Peak. Why don't you tell me about some of the short-term things coming our way now?
Sure. So we're really excited. We've just discounted our season ski pass and our season pass for boarders for $3.99. So if you buy a season pass beginning on March 1st, you can ski free for the rest of this season, and with the purchase of next year's season pass. So, you know, that's been a pretty interesting development. You know, our season pass is, you know, one of the least expensive season passes in the region, and it's got some great value behind it with all of our new ski and snowmaking capabilities.
It's really exciting. And now there's a lot of students in the area and things like that want to come stay at the resort for a longer period of time. Why don't you tell me about either the suites that are inside the hotel or the little cottages that surround it?
Sure. So, you know, one of the big assets that we purchased out of bankruptcy was Hope Lake Lodge, and Hope Lake Lodge is a TripAdvisor Award of Excellence for 2013 property, 5-star property, and there's 151 keyed rooms, and it includes condominiums, fractional share condominiums, and really excited to report that in the last 30 days we've sold 125 condominiums.
Wow.
out of the 250 that we have for sale, available for sale. So, you know, we discounted the price on those to really move them. That created a liquidity event for us, which we're able to really plow that money back into the ski side and further rebuild and you know, the operations over there.
That's incredible. Now, even inside of that hotel, there is a lot of things that you can do. Why don't you tell me maybe a little bit about the spa or the water park, anything like that?
Do the spa. I'll take the spa because I've been in there quite a bit.
I heard actually from the people working there.
World renowned. Anybody that wants to rub my back is fine. Yeah, I mean, we're basically a full resort. We have a full spa with, actually there's couples beds, there's single beds, there's infrared spa or saunas, there's jacuzzi tub that I guess you put your iPod. I haven't been in this one. We also have the water park, which is open, and that's attached to the hotel. And with your hotel stay, you can use the pool and jacuzzi, and then you can also upgrade to use the full water park attraction.
There is a pool too that goes from the inside of the water park out, you know, outdoors, and you can like see the steam coming out. That was really cool. But you can also see the slopes too on the other side. So that's a very nice aspect to that as far as staying at the hotel, which was a great experience. And of course, you guys saw a little bit of that earlier. Now I want to talk about what's coming in the future. You were unveiled a deck plan that's coming this summer, correct?
That's right. So, you know, Mark and I really want to not only build the ski side operations up, but kind of build up our off-season activities, you know, and Peak Fest, our music festival that's coming here to Greek Peak on July 18, 19, and 20. One of our hopes and dreams here for this year is to put the biggest deck, build the biggest deck in Tompkins and Cortland County off the front of our ski lodge. It'll span Gridley Creek and then step down right in front of our new lifts. So that's part of our plans, and we're very excited about those kinds of possibilities for off-season activities, as well as kind of building onto Tracks, our pub and grill up there, and making that more of a four-season restaurant as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Some other things we're looking into and investigating. We just applied for a grant for mountain biking.
Oh, really?
We look to, you know, use the hill or the mountain, I'm sorry, year-round. Mountain biking is certainly very popular, and we want to get people using that. We have a hare scramble that comes in July. That are the dirt bikes and the four-wheelers. So we're looking to make this, like John says, 4 seasons of fun for everyone.
And this summer you're going to have a very exciting event. What is that? Tell me about it.
Peak Fest.
There we go.
Peak Fest. That's our new branded music festival, and you know, we're going to have 3 days of bands coming in. It's going to be a great event. We're really looking forward to launching that and making that a real mainstay for Central New York.
Our featured headline is Dave Mason from Traffics.
Oh, cool.
So it's, I don't know, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be
it's going to be exciting. I think I'm going to have to go up there and check it out.
It's going to be based on the Alpha Slope, where the stage will be set up at the bottom, and the people will be up and able to camp.
It's incredible.
And hang out. So we hope that'll grow on that.
You guys have made this just grow into an incredible thing over the past just not even a year. So I congratulate you on that, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Hopefully we'll have you back soon. If not, then maybe I'll find you guys on the slopes as well. I'm going to have to make it out there before the season's over.
Count on it.
Okay. Stay tuned. You're going to see what's coming up this week, and I'll see you next week.